About a week ago, Disney released a statement that they would be releasing a complete Hayao Miyazaki collection on DVD. Great news for anime fans, right? Yes, that's true. But if you think that's the end of the story, you're as gullible as Disney thinks you are. Miyazaki has released exactly 11 feature films. Naturally, these 11 films will be a part of the collection. As you all know, Disney is largely in part responsible for the American distribution and dealings with Miyazaki films. But is there something more here? In 1981, Miyazaki, along with other animators, paid a visit to Disney in the United States to show off a clip from Miyazaki's first feature film, The Castle of Cagliostro. The clip inspired a young Disney artist named John Lasseter, who would become Miyazaki's biggest fan inside of Disney. Lasseter would eventually go on to become one of the big names in Pixar. Disney Pixar, of course. The same Pixar that specializes in CGI movies. And what very movie did Pixar release in 2011? That's right, Cars 2. Damn, Cars 2. A movie that no one cared about because it sucked. So is this a dead end? Or maybe we just needed to make a U-turn. In fact, 11. What was the 11th movie that Pixar released? Toy Story 3. A long-awaited third part to the fantastic movie series. But looking closer, Toy Story 2 was released a very long time ago, 1999 to be exact. And what about Toy Story 3? Well, it was of course released in 2010. 1999, 2010. 11 years. A coincidence? I didn't think so. Many can consider Woody, the toy sheriff, to be the most notable character from the films. And who is the voice of Woody? None other than Tom Hanks, of course. Now you know what you may be asking yourself. What does Tom Hanks have to do with anime? Well, in fact, Tom Hanks actually wrote and starred in his own animated series called Electric City. Now for those who don't know, one of the biggest or most notable events in Electric City was Illumination Day. Illumination Day, of course, took place on March 9th. March 9th. I must admit, for a while, I was stumped. I decided to browse Tumblr, and that's when it hit me. 1010. March 9th was 1010's birthday. Yes, the very same 1010 from Naruto. 1010, who was in fact a member of the Konoha 11. The Konoha 11. A term coined to collectively refer to the members of the 4 Konoha teams, Team 7, Team 8, Team 10, and Team Guy. Yes, the Konoha 11. 11. The same number as Miyazaki feature films. But you see, something didn't add up. In fact, there should have never even been a Konoha 11. It should have actually been the Konoha 12. But the Konoha 12 was never coined due to an act of betrayal by one Sasuke Uchiha. And thus the Konoha 11 only became noted after he had left the village. Again, 11. Another coincidence? Possibly, but the fact is that Sasuke Uchiha left Konoha to join forces and take allegiance with Orochimaru. The same Orochimaru who had committed an act of war against Konoha.
Enemies of freedom committed an act of war against our country.
9. 11. Act of war. Now I know what you all may be thinking. It looks like it all adds up. Miyazaki and Kishimoto were in charge of the attacks of 9/11. But that's not quite right. Instead, look deeper. 9/11? Terrorists. And what popular and successful anime aired just last year that was about terrorists? Sankyo no Terror. Sankyo no Terror Season 2 confirmed.